doing well. I'm Dr. Milind. So we have started our mission to target INICET November session. So there are some students who have some confusion and who have difficulties in preparing a timetable because we have 5 months, around 165 days. So it is very important that how should we assign those to important subjects. And as I have said in my previous video about getting started, it's very important to revise. So we should have adequate days for revision as well, and we should have adequate days for first revision as well. So I'll give you one overview and one example which will help you in making a planner and a timetable. So let's start. So first we have to make a long-term timetable. Long-term timetable is we have to divide these 165 days till exam into certain days. And how are we going to divide those? So I can suggest 190 plus 45 plus 25 plus 5 approach. So this will help you in first 19 days. We have to do the first reading. So what is first reading? That I know that you have read the notes previously, but again now we are reading it slow because now we are reading again for the exam and we have to recall and reproduce answers in a more accurate way. So our first reading should be slow no matter how many times we have read it. Now again we are starting, so that is why I have given maximum days. So it should be a slow and conceptual reading, and this is a time when you should make charts and mnemonics and tables for a quick revision in the final days. So if you haven't made charts and mnemonics already, so you can utilize these days for that. You might need some less days if your speed is more, or you can need 10 days extra. That is acceptable. You can make changes accordingly. Also, you have to search and save Google Images simultaneously. So whenever you are reading, see, a lot of students ask how to prepare for a visual based question. See, it is very difficult. You cannot prepare separately for a visual based question because it is going to take a lot of time. So whenever you are reading theory, it's better you search on a Google similar topic and then go ahead. In next 45 days, we will plan our first revision. What is important during first revision? We have to go through every material that we have already read. It's not like that we have read it once and we will not visit that again. We will just read the highlighted point. No. Here you have to read everything that you have read in the first read and you have to go through everything. If you only go through the highlighted material, there are chances that you will only be remembering those highlighted things and we will miss out those in between the lines and other topics which you haven't highlighted if they come in exam. In the second revision, then you have to read the highlighted material and topics. That can we will try to finish it in 25 days. Last 3 to 5 days, I advise to keep for volatile stuff, charts and mnemonics revision because some like biochemistry, enzymes and some things are very volatile that eventually evaporate from our minds. So we have to dedicate those time for that. I will advise don't keep any subject for last 5 days because it's difficult and there are chances that we might panic. Also in the last 5 days we can flip through the pages of the notes. You can spend like 2-3 hours daily in last 5 days just to flip through the pages to reinstate your visual memory because visual memory helps a lot during your real exam. So how to make a timetable? So the number of days that we are going to allot. So we have rank building subject. So students who haven't seen my previous videos on my channel, so rank building subject are those who are going to build your rank to a higher level. So your first and second year subject, anatomy, physio, biochem, patho, pharma, micro, and 3 pediatrics, ENT, ophthalm. So these are basically rank building subjects and very important for INI. So May INI-CT session has again proved that how important are basic sciences. Most of the questions are were in depth from the basic sciences. So we are going to allot nearly 9 days each for anatomy, physio, biochemistry, patho, pharma, and micro. So what hours are, I will explain you in the next slide. So what are we going to give? 9 days for each for first and second prof subject, 9 days for each for rank maintaining subject, which are your big subject like major subject, medicine, surgery, PSM and obs-gynae. 6 days each for the short subject and 9 days each for the pediatrics, ENT and ophthalm. So I'll explain you that how we are going to spend a day. So this is basically a long-term timetable. So when you divide your timetable daily, so what are we going to do? Suppose for example you are someone who get up at 7. So let's say you get up at 6:30, you get ready and you reach your study table. So initial morning 3 hours we are going to read theory. So for example we allotted for the patho, which is a major subject. So we allotted 9 days for patho. Then 2 hours of theory for small subject like Dharma. So I have allotted here subject like Dharma. So you can add that, and once Dharma is over, then you can go ahead with the other subject. Then between 12 to 1, we can plan a lunch. Once after the lunch, again we can start with the theory. So the subject that we have been reading since morning, like Path, which is a major subject, again we read it for the 2 hours. Then MCQs, as I have said, it's very important to solve daily MCQs. It is very important for practice, and it is also help in boosting the memory. So in the evening you can spend like 3 to 1.5 hour for solving MCQs. So I have given here the previous year questions, so you can solve the PYQs like November last ionization what MCQs were asked, you can solve that, or like AIMS and JIPMER questions you can solve. 5 to 50 to 75 MCQs can be solved with explanation during this time. Then like we have exhausted day, so I will advise to take a nap around 1 hour. Even if you don't feel like sleeping, you can just lie down and close your eyes. Don't use mobile during this time, so it will again give you that energy to start again. First aid, as I have said, that it's a must book for NICT. So for 1 hour in the evening, you can after your nap you'll be fresh, so you can start with the first aid and read 1 hour or 5 pages, whatever you feel convenient for you. Then after that you again can solve few MCQs, again 1 hour for MCQs, 50 to 75. So in a day you will solve around 100 to 150 MCQs with explanation, which is a good enough number. After that you finish your dinner and again you read a theory of a major subject that you have been studying since morning and the minor subject. So if you go by this, so for a major subject in a day we are giving 7 hours daily for a major subject, 3.5 hours for a minor subject, first aid 1 hour, and MCQ practice 3 hours. So we are going to study around 14.5 hours daily. So now this will make sense. So for anatomy and this subject we are giving 7 hours daily, so that is 63 hours. For pediatrics, A&D and Ophthal, we are going to spend 3.5 hours daily, so that will make around 31.5 hours for each. For short subjects also we are giving 3.5 hours daily, so that makes 21 hours for each subject. And for large subject again we are giving 9 days, 7 hours daily, so that is 63 hours. And this is a good enough number. So what I am showing here is this is when you read your class notes or a theory. This does not include the students who want to watch videos and then read notes. They will need a lot of time. But now we have to finish everything in 5 months. So this is what I am showing is for those students who are studying, who have whole day at their disposal to study. So this is for mainly for those students who can invest whole day for studying. So this is what actually you can do. So this is how you do the allotment. Now after once you have divided these subjects, now you'll ask, sir, how can we arrange this subject? So basically this is what you do. So from starting for the 1st of June till the 31st of August, so you have 90 days. So subject like anatomy, so these are your major subjects, so these will come under your major. So these 10 subject you will give 9 days each. So each subject we are giving 9 days each and 7 hours daily. So we are going to finish from June 1st to 31st August. So daily in the previous slide which you saw, so here you have to add these subjects. So you make a timetable and you add this subject in these 3 places. All the subject you can add, all the subject you can add at those 3 places. Then short subject, like all these short subjects, 6 subject, you are going to give 3.5 hours daily. Also for them you are going to give 3.5 hours daily. So if you do that, so you will finish it in 27 days and 36 days out of 90. So these subjects you will fill in this part, like here you will place the small subject as per your order of preference. And here we will have 27 days left. So 27 days, because this will be 63 days around if we add. So we have 3.5 hours daily left of the 27 days. So that will be needed for your GTs. For GTs we need around 3 hours to give a GT and 3 hours to assess a GT. So approximately you will need 2 days for a single GT, like whenever you give. So if we plan like in 5 months, even if we plan like 10 GTs, so 10 or 12 GTs, so around 20-25 days you will be needing for a GTs. And also sometimes you might feel burnout or exhausted, so that day you can spend on a break out of these days. So that is how you can plan. Also, like I'll give you one example. So for example, 1st of June to 9th of June you can plan your anatomy. After that physiology, then biochemistry, patho till the 29th of August. So if you assign 9 days each, 7 hours a day, so this is how it will happen. And along with that you add 3.5 hours of your short subject here, like starting from your like dharma, like you have to assign around 6 days for them, like dharma, radio, psychiatry, all the 6 short subject. And also 3.5 hours for subject like your pedia, ophthal and ENT, that will require 9 days each. So you can assign it here, and JTs you can introduce, like you can put JTs every 2 or 3 weekly as per your convenience. I advise like at least 3 JTs a month, not more than that. That is my personal opinion. Also subject like your first and second prof subject. Whenever you make a timetable, your first and second prof subject and subject like obs gynae, surgery. So start with them because they are very important and they are going to be the high yield. So guys, I hope this helps you. So I advise you all to make your own timetable, and I hope this will definitely help you. So I wish you all the best and take care.